it's Johara. Welcome back to my channel, too, The Witchy Reader. So I'm going to be talking about what I plan to read in August. So I don't have that biggest of, I cannot speak, that big of a um, reading list for this month because I want to get a lot, and I mean a lot of writing done. Plus, I'm job searching, so I'm going to Express tomorrow, so I maybe have a job within the next week. And because of that, that'll put a damp on both my reading and my writing, and I want to focus a lot on writing because I have a goal of what I want when I want to publish this book. So I want to get the book done, done writing and editing by the end of September, which means I'll have to do a lot of writing because this book is going to be really big. It could rival my biggest yet book, my biggest book, which is The Witch of Light, Sequel to The Curse of Light, which is 763 pages, I think. So this book might rival that over which is my biggest book because I have a lot of ideas for it and I have a lot of plans. So it's gonna be a pretty big book. So because of that, I lost what I was saying. But so so a lot of my free time I want to use on writing, at least this month and next month, because then I want to um, have someone better read my book throughout October, and then um, get it ready for my publication date, which I'm hoping, if I can get it done, December 4th. Why that day? Well, I wanted it done this month, not this month, this year, so I wanted it done in December, and I decided the 4th because the 4th is my birthday. So I figured, why not have my book released on my birthday? So, and then November I could use promoting, I could spend just promoting that the Queen of Monsters will be published in a month. So that is my plan. Whether or not I can do it is another question. Especially if I do get a job in the next week or two. Um, so yeah. Um, but I do want to get some books read. I have 5 books I think I want to read this month. And then yeah, so 5 books. 2 of them are art copies, so I do not have them with me. One of them is a bit outside my comfort zone, but I interviewed the author over on my author interviews. He is lovely. We've been talking a lot since then, and um, he even offered to do some cover art for me, which was amazing. And he has started doing some cover art for my next planned series, Tales of the Grim Reaper, which will be a 6-book series, which I'm very excited for. So he started doing that. It's called The Stitch, if I remember correctly. And it does sound, the premise sounds really intriguing. It's something I've never heard. It's kind of lovers to enemies, but I think they become lovers again. I don't know. It's gonna be part of a series. Book 1 was just released, so it's gonna be a while before book 2 is released. Like book 1 was literally just released. I think just last month, at the end of last month too. But yeah, so basically in it, it's about these 2 men who are married, um, but I think the author mentioned that they had kids too. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure in the interview he mentioned that. And they, one is a thief, and then one is like a investigator, detective, something like that. So, so it's very and the he has no idea that the person he's after is his husband. So a lot of drama, and it sounds very intriguing because it's a premise I've never really heard of, and it sounds really interesting, and I am excited to read it. I also have King's Rise, which I have as an art copy. I'd also interviewed this author, and she sent me the art copy uh, 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 as a thank you for interviewing her. So I actually meant to read that last month, but I ended up not being able to get to it because I had a busy. The end of the month got pretty busy, busier than I expected. So I had little reading time, and but that one is kind of a Merlin retelling. She loves the Merlin story, and she loves the show Merlin just like me. I love the show Merlin, so I'm very excited to read her story as well. sounds really good from what I remember from the author and to you. And then I have these are not indie books. They're the only non-indie books I have in my TBR this month or last month because last few months I've been reading nothing but indie books, but I like it. So and right now I'm on a kick for indie books, and I got KU recently. So even I'll probably eventually buy the physical books because I just prefer having physical books. But at least right now I can read indie books um, while I can't buy indie books. So yay. Um, so I'll be reading a lot of indie books. I do plan to read non-indie books again soon because I have a whole full of TBRs. But you know, read what you want, read what you are in the mood for. So I'm reading indie books apparently. But I do plan to do some rereading too because I want to reread Harry Potter. That I've been meaning to reread for last few months, but I keep getting sidetracked by indie books. But this is School for Good and Evil. So a few months ago, I think it was like several months ago, earlier in the year, I read the first book of the series. But then I got sidetracked and I started reading indie books, and I haven't continued the series, even though I did enjoy the first book. I watched the movie that recently came out. I think it came out last year. Um, right after I finished the book, and I actually liked the movie better. Um, so yeah, if you guys want a video on me discussing why I like the movie better than the book, then comment below and I can do that. Because I think I explained it in my video where in my wrap up for the month that I finished it, but I don't know. So, if you guys want to know why, because I think this is a popular book series, I don't know. I never heard of it before I heard about the movie coming out, and I wanted to watch the movie, but I wanted to read the books first because I always like reading the books first. It's just a thing I have. So yeah. Um, but so I know there's like 6 books, but I only own the first three. A friend of mine gave me like $20 for my birthday last December, so I bought 4 books with that through Thrift Books. So you can buy and 3 of them were these books because I couldn't get all the books. And I really wanted another book as well, so I ended up getting 4 books, and so I am excited to continue this. I think I rated book 1 4 stars. So, because I did enjoy it, I just enjoyed the movie more, which is very surprising because that's very rare. Like you didn't. It's very rare to like the ad- movie or TV show or whatever adaptation more than the book. Though I do like the Pretty Little Liars and the Vampire Diaries at TV shows way better than the books. But to be fair, I watched the shows before I knew they were books, and the books were just vastly different, and I didn't like it because I already fell in love with the shows. So, but yeah, um, but I am still excited to continue this series, um, and I'm excited to see um, where it goes from here, especially with the end of book 1. If I remember what the end of book 1 was, I might have to reread the last chapter. The last book has been several months, like it was closer to the beginning of the year, I think. But then I got sidetracked and I just never continued, which is not like me. Usually, when I start a series, I read that entire series, um, but not this time. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. But last book I want to read is B. I actually started it last month, but so this will be by despite the fact that it's the last book I'm talking about, it's gonna be the first book I read because I've already started it. I'm on page 65, and I'm really enjoying it so far. Um, and I'm very excited to see how it continues and see what happens. Um, the back says the consequences. I can't speak today. It's 11:19 p.m. The consequences of freedom, the sacrifices for what is loved, and the battle for the future, all in the shadow of a castle that looms large over all who preside within the kingdom. So yeah, it sounds very intriguing. I'm very excited to get further into this book because it's been a highly anticipated book, and from what I've read, it's been really interesting. It's made me laugh a few times. I fell in love with a few characters almost immediately, and there was a few things that just had me chuckling like, oh my gosh, these characters are just so fun already, and I'm not even like I'm only 65 pages in, 64 pages in. So yeah, it's going to be a fun read. Um, and like I said, I've been anticipating this one for a while. Um, but I other indie books. I was in the middle of two other indie series, so I wanted to get those first. But I am really enjoying this. Like I said, it's gonna be the first book I read, and I hope to read it. I have a busy week this week. I do. Um, cause I might be going to see my mom's cousin on Thursday, and and that's like an hour or so away, so I might be gone for half the day at least. And then tomorrow I'll be job searching, but that's gonna be mostly in the morning, so I'll have the rest of the day off to read if I um, want to. So, and then Friday I'm pretty much free the entire day. I think Saturday I have an author interview, but that'll be later in the day. So earlier in the day I have time to read. So yeah, and then I'm free Sunday. So I definitely want it done by Sunday. But like I said, I have a busy week, but I still want to get it done because I'm enjoying it and I'm so excited to find out what happens. There's already so much that's going on, and I already have so many questions. It's like I need to find out what happens, and I'm so excited to do so. So that I'm gonna be doing that. So, but like I said, I'm not gonna be this month and next month's gonna be light on the reading. The books I definitely want to read are the three indie books I mentioned. So if I do end up pushing any books back because I'm too focused on writing, it's going to be these two books. I do still want to read them. They're just not as high on the priority as these indie books I just mentioned. Um, so yeah. But I do hope I can get to all of them, and the next month will also probably be a light reading month. So whatever I decide to read will probably only be no more than 5 books like this month. Um, because like I said, this month and next month I'm gonna be focused on writing a lot. So I'm going to focus on writing. Um, because I want to get this book done and ready for the day I hope I can release it. So no promises. It's nothing set in stone yet. I need to see if I can finish it. So I want to at least get halfway done this month and then get the other half done next month. Maybe a little bit over, and then I can relax a little bit more next month, and I won't have to focus on getting so much done. But we shall see. It all depends. Oh, and I also have tabs. I bought tabs recently. I have a whole I have more, but these are the ones I'm currently using. Um, and as you probably saw with B, this is the first book I've tabbed in a while. I didn't tab Warriors of Bria because I didn't get these tabs until after I started book 2. I was like 100 pages in, and so I didn't tab book 1, and I didn't want to start tabbing book 2 and 3 and 4, and then not have book 1 tab. So I'll probably reread it one of these days because I do like to reread books. So I'll tab it then. But this is my first book I've tapped in a while because my old tabs got ruined in the fire I had last September, my house fire. So I can tab books again. I'm so happy. There's less colors than last time, so I had to modify my tabbing system. But if you guys want to know how I tab my books, let me know. I can do another because I did a video like that a while ago when someone wanted to know how I tab my books, like what my system was. But since I had to update my system, I can always redo that. Um, video and let you guys know how I tab my books, how I annotate. Because all I do when I annotate is tab. I don't write or anything in my books. I don't like doing that, but I do like to tab. So yeah, but I'm excited to have tabs again, and I'm tabbing B. Even I've already tabbed it a few times, despite the fact I'm only 64 pages in because I'm really enjoying this book. So yeah. Please like and subscribe and comment what you plan to read this month. If you've read any of these, if you want to read any of these, I highly recommend, and I will talk to you guys next time.